playing Danganronpa. I don't know, man. But I took a very long commercial break. It lasted a day or so. And if I remember correctly, we left off before a trial. So that should mean I don't have to do much talking. I don't want to do much talking. Because whenever I'm in charge of talking, it doesn't end well in any sense. So, yeah, trial prep, chapter 3, I think that's it. Yeah. Who's ready to convict someone of murder and then execute them? I don't know. I'm just happy I don't have to read. So that's, I don't think, I think I already said my skills last time, not that I had any to begin with, but, you know, trials, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So,
Trading
your
for
votes
me.
will determine the results.
How many times have we gone over this?
If
6?
you
More.
can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
I guess it's pretty good that we haven't been. We've been doing pretty. We're surprisingly good detectives.
Now then, to
So,
begin with,
I
We already know who did it.
was that?
don't know.
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Lies.
Your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
But she's not
It
wrong.
points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear? I thought we did. I mean, look at all the evidence. Robo Justice costume, yes, the Hero's message, Robo Justice blueprints.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I like the interviews.
I don't know anything about that stuff!
Clearly.
It's a conspiracy!
Clearly you do. We can.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Compelling evidence that Hero's the killer, is that really true?
Everything we found in your room.
No, that's
The
not what I want.
blueprints,
How do
the
I
suit parts,
have?
they are
No.
all proof enough that
How
you
do I-
are the culprit.
Ah.
I don't know anything about that stuff!
I'm trying to remember the
It's not
buttons.
true, it's a conspiracy!
No, it's not E. No, I don't want to do it that way. There's an easier way to do it.
Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
No, that's C. Wait, hang on. I don't remember my buttons at all. Ah, give me a second. Control is the easy way
Everything
through.
we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough
Hang on.
that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro,
Hang on.
why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Crap. This is great start to how do I, what button is it? No, that's not it. Hang on, what if I just go to controls? Concentration, I don't care for these spots. No, it's not what I'm looking for, Farge. Move them. I don't, there was another way I could quick select. Q key. What, was it really Q?
Everything we found
was.
in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Shoot!
Shoot. I'm trying to remember.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
There's nothing else I could.
It's not true. It's
Hero, what?
no. Just hold on a second.
I don't know. Compelling evidence that heroes and killers are really true.
Everything we found in your room.
Yes.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the
Yeah.
culprit.
What am I?
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Wait, hang on. What if we do,
Kill them.
No.
I think I got an
Hold
idea.
on a second.
What if we do, hang on.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts,
Crap.
they are all
That's
proof
not what I
enough
wanted to do.
that you are the culprit.
It's not true. It's
What if we do,
hold on a second.
if I could just get through this, what if I do Yasuhiro's message with the blueprint?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof that you are.
Are you kidding me? I waited too long.
Hero, what?
I'm so bad at this. Oh god, I haven't. It's been too long. I've waited too
Everything we found
long.
in your room. The blueprints, the suit
Wait,
parts,
no, I did
they
the
are all
exact
proof
same
enough
thing
that
last.
you are.
It's not true.
Everyone ignore how bad I am.
Just hold
I
on a
swear I'm good. I swear. I can be good. I can be good at this, I swear.
The suit parts.
Got it.
No.
Took only like 2 minutes, but you know, fine.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
I don't
Suspicious
think so.
individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Still, the suspicious individual in question is the Illuminati. It was still here.
Got it.
Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
Didn't you just say that you believed he was
That
innocent?
doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Oh.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
I mean, if bossing us around means we'll be able to survive, then I'm pretty okay with it.
Things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto,
Why would you
tell us
say it
what
like
they
that?
were.
Why do you gotta bring it always to me? The things that were used in the attack bond, they must have been. Is there one with both of them? Do I have to pick one? Because it was both.
I got it.
Okay, fine. There's still one more thing. Oh yeah, no, you're gonna do it that way.
I got it!
I got it!
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Yes. Why? What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room.
Sounds correct.
So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
I like the way that Taka's body is just face planted first into the ground. It's just something so amusing about that. I really like the way it's just face planted into the ground.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right?
Did you eat a robot? I don't think so. Where did that come from?
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Voice, robot voice. What? Are you okay, sup guy?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's
Yeah,
body?
you have a voice changer. I do? Wait, my voice changer is on? Wait, what the hell? Hang on, what? Hang on, is it still on? Hang on. Oh no. That's not right. Not anymore. Oh! Fuck. I don't understand why that was happening, but I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. I'm very bad at streaming, I swear. I'm good. Wait, no I'm not. I lied. Ah!
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art
I was
room.
confused. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. I don't know why it was on to begin with.
It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
Are you using mind-foogling games?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Why are you, like,
There
commentating
is no
over this?
shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
That's kind of
We
mean.
have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Oh, jeez. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I could change your mind. If I could just explain to them the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. What you got for me? By the way, she looks like she would probably sacrifice you if she had the chance. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you will see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now, it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. I remember the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the tab key now has a function along with RMB and LMB buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Hang on, I want to quickly... There's one more thing to bullet time battles that I don't remember. Oh, this is class trial combo. That's not gonna help me with... Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, there is one more thing to bullet time battles that I don't remember. Wait, why is Angry Guy and Thick Guy dead? They were killed, that's why. Yeah, they were murdered, that's why they're dead. The moment of truth. I gotta remember my tab.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
Jeez.
Will get you nowhere.
Very insulting.
You miserable wretch.
Jesus! Celeste is so mean!
You are a fool. Do your worst.
Why is Celeste so mean?
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Do your worst.
Oh no! Oh no!
Wretch. I cannot agree.
Oh no! Oh no!
Do your worst.
Oh, why'd you have to do this to me?
You had it wrong.
Oh god, I'm out of bullets.
You are a fool. So pathetic.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Nowhere. Do your worst.
Miserable
wretch.
Why you gotta be so mean?
You are a fool. Do your worst. You have it wrong.
Are you kidding me? She can do it multiple times. Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Damn, bro, if you won't stop being mean, we're gonna get banned from Twitch. We were coming. No! Well, that was just. It would appear that. Why do they think it's me? It looks like they're really congratulations to them. Now they're in hand, everyone must be punished.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Oh my god, why is Celeste gotta be so mean to me?
I refuse to give up yet.
Celeste is so mean. Can't give up now. But I know it. No. I know what's happening. Got it. I'm good. I'm fine. She can do it multiple times, and I don't even remember. Hang on. If I. Controls. Lock on. Reload. Attack fire. Select your. Activate fever time as space gate. Ah.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
So mean.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
You lie all the time, I'm sure.
You miserable wretch.
Your job is based off lying.
I cannot agree.
So
you are a fool.
Shut up.
Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So
oh, not again.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
What is fever time supposed to do for me again?
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst.
I don't remember what fever time's supposed to do for me, but it helped.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Boom! I've done it. I'm so good. Beat that, Celeste. You're so mean. So aggressively mean.
That the dolly moved. I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
God mode activated.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Anyway,
and I thought we were bonding so much.
We had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
Who said he was even a robot?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look back on how the body was moved, it'll become clear that why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? I don't know. Don't ask me. He likes to lead people on and then just go on with it. Just
the rest of the costume, dolly, and
As we know,
blueprints.
Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Well, that's
And
true.
from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Bro, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
real
the
freaking
culprit
sad
wrapped the body in the
if a
tarp,
schoolgirl is the
then
murderer.
loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, that's
Well,
true.
yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem.
Yeah, but didn't
So
it
the
say
killer
something about...
just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
The dolly was moved for... It's used to move Taka's body, that much I'm sure of, but what would the person inside the suit be... But would the person inside the suit be able to even push the dolly?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the
think
body
it's
was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
Yeah.
then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled
Yeah.
it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yeah!
No, that's
I'm so
wrong.
good at this.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Probably not.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm as blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you even got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume could have been taken off from the body because you can't take it off by yourself. It's done. You can never take it off. Hero's not strong
I
enough.
got it!
By the way,
I don't
what
think taking off the
suit
suit
are
was
we
an
even
option.
talking about?
If you remember,
Suit? Hang on. The suit that we're talking about is this one. That suit right there. So, yeah. Damn. Yeah! Damn is right. I don't even think taking out the suit was an option if you remember. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off by your own. We don't have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on.
Imagine
or
getting
take it
killed
off
by a
without help.
fucking transformer.
Then
Oh, that'd be
take
horrifying.
it off by yourself?
And
Hero wasn't
kind of
just making it
sad.
up.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if
He's
he
too
could have gotten
stupid
it
to
off
plan
by
out any of
himself,
this.
I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Clearly.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
What does the picture have to do with any of this?
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Oh.
Besides, do you
That's
remember
what you meant
what
by
the
it.
now deceased Hifumi
Oh,
said?
that guy. How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
That's some pretty loosely based evidence you got there, bud. That's the real sad death.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Why do you believe it, Hina?
Hold on a second.
That's the loosest evidence I've ever seen.
Still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
That'd
Instead
probably
of
be
seizing
good.
on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
That's
I
true.
don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
I just noticed the R and the J that's painted onto the shoulders of the suit. It's like it was begging to be called that.
As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had a...
How did they even build this? Like, when and how and where? How did they build this without anyone getting suspicious of what they were doing? That's what I want to know, bro. I don't even know why this is happening.
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down to the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Yeah. Huh? Well, what was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been Fumi. He was in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared. That's
We
new.
rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
We were running all over the place. So much fun. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
There's a strange amount of Celeste involvement in this case, I'm not gonna lie. She was talking an awful lot more than she normally would.
About covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with...
Damn, angry guy Probs is screaming at them as a ghost. Maybe. The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Make your argument. Broken wristwatch, Monokuma File 3, Yasuhira's message.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Why did Taka come
What
last?
makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed
hang
with
on.
Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The order that the Justice Hammers were used to commit murders. Something about that is bothering me. I think I know.
Regarding Taka, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order the Taka came last.
Hang on.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Wait. No!
Shoot!
Bad at this. I'm doing horribly. I'm normally good at this, I swear.
So, regarding Taka,
Okay, so if it's not there, did I get the wrong one?
What makes you say?
Because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's dead.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
If it's not the broken
regarding
wristwatch,
Taka's death,
what is the Monokuma file say? The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Yoshimura. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It's thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. That has
I wonder if he
nothing.
died
That's
before
Kira's
Hifumi,
message.
or perhaps it was...
Crap. Let me check. I'm gonna go over. What does Yasuhira's message say? Yeah. And that they're clearly neat and remarkable. That has nothing to do with.
We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The order of the Justice Hammer. Something about that bothers me.
So,
What if-
regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What if
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice
Wait.
Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi
What if we-
was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See?
then we skip
So it's
through?
obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed.
Got it. Yeah, I'm so smart. No, that's wrong. Break.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's
Smart.
just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order,
But they weren't.
But in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
I have none. This is just an assumption. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. Oh, I have evidence, actually. I feel like there was something. I know what it was. Hangman's Gambit. Dude, it's the broken wristwatch. Broken wristwatch thingy. Said something about, oh, frick. Where's eye? I need an eye. Give me an eye. That's a no. That's not what I want. There. Eye. Give me. Wrist. Watch. T. No, wait. Is there a T in? Crap. Yeah, T, then CH. Okay. I know how to spell. Not well, but I know how to spell. I don't know, man. Wristwooch.
Now I understand.
Yeah! Go, goldfish brain, go!
Got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right.
Fair.
Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the
Not
wrong
anymore, we
assumption
figured it
about
out.
the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
But then... cry. Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
Oh, right. We're
And we
still
all ran
suspecting
down to the
Hiro,
nurse's
right?
office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
True,
Since
true.
all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
What if...
When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
What if then... Random thought, random suggestion, but what if he faked his death? Because it was stating before that who would be able to bring Hifumi's body up like 3 flights of stairs into the repository, right? Who would be able to do that? He's extremely heavy. Being nice with my words here, but he's extremely heavy. So, who would be able to do that but himself? He carries his own body weight every day, so other than himself,
I don't think there would be any way to carry him up like 3 flights of stairs if he was already dead. And another thing. I remember when we saw his body for the second time, his glasses were clean. But the first time, he had blood on them. So, and if he needs glasses to see, it's entirely possible that he cleaned them off with the glasses cleaner we saw in the trash can in the nurse's office. And, like, wiped the blood off and then went and actually died in the repository because someone killed him. So, what if the first time he faked his death? Entirely random, but it's a good thought, isn't it? Probably.
And then there's the disappearance of
It's just a
Taka's
thought,
body
though.
from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
Fair.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We couldn't have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in, move Fufumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What's that? What you got for us?
If the dead body were to move itself.
So he did fake his death.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
You're a clairvoyant. Suck it
I
up.
don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
I was right.
I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? I mean, I just said a bunch of evidence as to why it could be, so... Broken wristwatch, equipment room bloodstain. Celeste account.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Yes.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Didn't it go off twice, though?
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
But the body discovery announcement was only made once. That, I'm sure of it. No, it went off twice.
When we first found
I remember it
Hifumi
going
in the
off
nurse's
twice.
office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Boom.
no, that's wrong.
Got it. Damn, you smart.
Yeah.
Was
I
the
like to
body
think I'm
discovery
smart, but I'm
announcement that was made
not that good.
really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
But
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
and there was.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But
What you got for
I
us,
can
Panda?
say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Was no one listening?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse. Was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. The second time was when both bodies were rediscovered. Yeah.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Clearly.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know!
What?
Super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
What kind of?
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
I agree.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I just have to find it and show it to everyone. Make your argument. I will make my argument. Fumi's glasses, repository dolly, repository door.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Mm.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
Ow. Just shut up.
Shoot!
I know what I'm doing, I swear. I was impulsive and I did
Here's
stupid.
one thing we do know. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before,
other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Oh, it's there.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. I'm bad at this. I'm very,
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Sure.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless.
Haha, my evidence is
And
coming here.
I found the item he used to wipe them clean
I'm
in the nurse's
so
office
big
trash
brain.
can.
I've been drinking a lot of big brain juice. In other words, I've been drinking a lot of apple juice. I like me some apple juice. The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was the glasses cleaner.
I got it.
I got
It was
it.
a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
Yeah.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Yeah.
I highly doubt
Damn boy, I
anyone
might
but
need 2
Hifumi
trucks
would
full
have
of
brought
apple
something
juice
like
in there
this to
trying
school.
to figure out what one plus one is. Oh no. God.
I see your point.
I highly
Only
recommend
people
the
here
apple
who wear
juice.
glasses
It's very
are-
good. It helps you get big brain.
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
You're so small. You have the smallest brain I've ever seen.
What I'm saying is,
And
the blood on
unbelievably
his glasses
stupid.
was wiped
God,
away
hero.
using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Yes, very good point. And it makes a lot of sense. Why would you be objecting to this, Celeste? You're making yourself very suspicious, Celeste.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one that moved Taka's body was Taka himself. You know, he's dead, but he can do it. Why was Sakura there?
Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
But then, what killed Hifumi?
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of...
There's more?
Oh crap, my bad.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
There's
You know
more?
what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
I do?
The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I don't know what you're talking about. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka, could it be? The note?
Got it!
Yeah.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Apparently.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Why did you say it like that, Sakura?
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole, maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Fumi's pants. It's not even a person. It's just an article of clothing. It's just his pants.
Got it! That's it. Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
I love that answer. It's so unbelievably stupid. I love it.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Take those. They're going to kill us all.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still. I can't let her get to me. Make your argument. I will. Glasses, cleaning cloth, broken wristwatch, blue tarp, Hifumi's glasses, spotless hammer.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
No.
But remember what the note said.
That's not what I
What time
wanted.
did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I mean... time mentioned in the note. I feel like that's what's the key. Actually...
The note, right?
broken wristwatch. It said it was broke at 6 a.m.
Must have been Huffy!
It's not Huffy.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
It kinda does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Got it.
No, that's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The
You've
note said
confused
to meet
her.
At 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Clearly.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Why do you sound so condescending about that? Proof that Fumi stole the note from Taka. There.
I got it!
Yeah!
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we
How
found
did you
hidden
made
on
it?
Hifumi.
Did you take the paper with you? How'd you swing that?
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
I don't know how.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
Okay,
Did I
that's
get
how you
all
explain.
that right?
That's how you explain
That
it.
means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In
Clearly.
fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Where'd you get that?
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely
God.
dead.
Hero is such an
The
idiot.
second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
I have
Whoever
no
did
idea.
it is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
But if Sakura and Hina went straight to the repository, who killed him?
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
That's a weird
Who are you
insult.
calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Oh god, what
And
is it?
what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Oh my god, he actually said something smart for
So
once.
if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Oh my god, he said something smart for once in his goddamn life.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
I agree.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
I hate
He's
you.
right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
What is number one and
Those
number
were
two?
accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So
True.
then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that actually used to kill Fumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't be clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. Make your argument. Broken wristwatch, blue tart, spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear.
That's
the
an.
murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Wait, no, hang on.
That's about it.
The weapon used to kill Fumi was really similar to the one Taka that was used to kill Taka.
What was used to kill?
I think I have I think I know.
Justice. Well,
So if we go all the way to what Hiro said.
nobody. Sounds like a justice. Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing seems the murder weapon had to be one of the Justice.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But seriously, a different weapon?
I never said a different weapon.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
True.
All
True.
the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the
Yeah.
hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even
Funky
some
ones.
flat mallet-like ones.
Yeah, well.
I think
Funky
whoever
ones are
made
better.
The Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
But how did they kill him? The door was locked. How did they kill him if the door was locked and Hina and Sakura had both entered the art room while the door was still locked? There's no way the killer could have killed him and then gotten out without being suspicious to those two. Me no understand.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment.
True.
I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but what? What do you know that I don't? I'm pretty bad at assuming things. Same things as last time, oh god.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I don't understand. Is it the possibility of an accomplice really that insane? Or is there some chance?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
What if...
Based on the rules, even if more
We
than
do-
one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true.
Yeah!
No, that's wrong.
Did it! I'm so good at this.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Supposedly.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
Supposedly.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us that the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at the series connected. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, though. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. It's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Wait, what? Wait, what? There's what? What? Hey, wait, hang on, what? What am I guessing? What am I doing? Who am I what? Huh? One person seems to fit, what? Can I look back at the past dialogue, please? No, I can't. We're running out of time.
Here's my answer.
Wait, what? That was right?
It was Celeste.
Wait, huh? The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out the number of actions and in the end murdered him. The debates up till now and the way the case is unfolded. When you consider all that, there's really only one person that fits this. How does Celeste fit that? Yes. The best choice of them all. Yourself. It was me, guys. I did it. I'm the one that did it.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Apparently.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
I don't even know how I came to that conclusion. I'm gonna be honest, I just picked a random person. I was under stress, I had like 10 seconds left. I don't know what I was doing, so, oh. I knocked something over. It's fine,
Joke? I wonder.
What did I knock down? Oh.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Apparently.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Your accent is changing.
Bro, I got panicked even if I have 2 hours left.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far,
What evidence
it
is
only
that?
further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The screaming! It was the screaming! Damn girl chum. This.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Wow!
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
I'm getting insulted this entire trial. I'm just getting so unbelievably wrecked with insults. It's kind of mean, not gonna lie. The pantses were always the answer.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Apparently.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, a strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was
Whoosh.
time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split up into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well. Then Makoto, Hina, and you come with me to the nurse's office. I will lead the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Apparently.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it.
Hello. How's it going?
You made one fatal mistake.
Oh,
She made a
did
mistake?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What slip up did she make? I honestly have no idea what she's talking about.
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
What did she say? They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died. Hey, wait a minute.
her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so
You look
strange
pretty.
about
Oh,
it.
thank you. Thank you. I don't really know what you look like, but I'm sure you're pretty too.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Oh yeah, that's
Think
true.
about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
That is right.
Yeah, I see what you're talking
Oh,
about.
thank you. Thank you for following.
Although I don't really get what it means.
It means that she knew about the other murder before anyone said anything about it. God, Hero, you're
You
an
hear that,
idiot.
Celeste? Everyone's
You
having
have
some
such
trouble
tiny brain.
understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? I don't know. E-handbooks, Monokuma's file, Celeste's account.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated.
That's a lie.
We are
You didn't
all
say that.
going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
When Celeste said what she did, she shouldn't have known. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is,
All I said was, they must really.
what's the Monokuma file say? That's not it. It was the Monokuma file. What's Celeste gonna say? Fumi's body disappeared when Celeste and Aoi left the nurse's office. Apparently, they weren't gone for one or 2 minutes. Fumi's body disappeared. And then the e-handbook.
Standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. And that is all I
Those
said.
guys.
And that's all
Oh, I get it. I know what I have to do. Hang on. I got it. We go.
All I said, they must really enjoy
They must be. We are going to die. Just
If
like
I take
those
that-
guys died. And that is all I said.
And then go to what
That's all it takes to
Byakuya said.
It's obvious,
And
isn't it?
do-
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
No! What? Or you need to figure it out yourself. What if it's the other way around? Wait, hang on. It might be the other way around.
All I said,
If
they
I
must
do-
really enjoying the sight of us. They must
Instead
be-
of doing
we are all going to
those guys,
die.
that's strange.
Just like
And that is all I said.
And that's
And then
all
we
it takes
do-
to finish this. What was so strange about
Take the
Celeste's
so
comment?
strange, go back around. Alright, I'm back. I got an apple. Yeah! You eat apples are pretty good. I don't eat them often, but they're good. And then we go to those guys.
to die here. We are going to die. Just like
Yeah!
No, that's wrong.
I had it in the wrong order, but I did it! Yes!
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that,
Who is that?
none of us had
Who is
told her
what?
Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did
Yeah.
you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did
That
you
guy
know
who
they were
tried
both
to remake
guys?
to make his name look like Wilbur. I don't know, but he said I was pretty, and I appreciate that. I'm very easily to take compliments. I don't know. I put a pink paint on my brother's sweatshirt and they made it look like pink blood. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know why I said ooh like that, but you know.
Because
Proud of
Kyoko had
you.
also disappeared, right?
I was gonna be a
So
pain to
she
clean,
could have
but
been
I'm
dead
proud of you.
too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
You're bringing the picture back up, eh?
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
Apparently.
In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
I don't know.
There are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Maybe?
There is no other explanation.
Why is that? Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. Hifumi is and the suspect have been drinking. They have alcohol. Oh god! The Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. No.
I got it!
I got it.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
True, true.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
How?
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
I don't either.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh boy. Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no other way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Make arrogant. I will. Robo Justice costume, e-handbook, spotless hammer, Yasuhiro's message, Robo Justice blueprints.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
But they could.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Hang on, wait, no, that's not true at all. Hang on. No, that's not right. There's definitely a contradiction with Celeste trying to claim.
Dressed me up in that suit after
It's
then
not
you just
blueprints,
draped me
it's
across
the,
Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the
Like I said, as you can see in the picture,
So
the
if we
suspect is
do...
standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, There's no way they
boop.
could stand up.
Yeah!
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. I've countered your argument,
No.
Celeste.
Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Have we all forgotten? We've been over this. We had a discussion about it. The thing can't bend at the waist. You totally can't bend at the waist. It seems like pretty obvious oversight. Have you forgotten?
Right. They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Possible.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box.
I have finally come back.
One little problem.
Bye, yay! Welcome back! I haven't seen you in a bit. Where'd you go?
Already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Fumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember. Their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Actually,
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
true.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
Hmm.
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Jesus!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said for serious a lot. Gave everyone nicknames. He said people's last names.
I got it!
So, and
That's right.
Yasuhiro
Our
is
last names. He called us all
Hagahiro's
by our
first
last
name.
names.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
Mm-hmm.
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Mm-hmm.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
I don't think that is so. Just because it's a loser's name.
Do I?
You have no control of your name.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
She's getting angry. Celeste still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Make your argument. I'm gonna guess the handbook. Because if we're talking about names...
He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Yeah. Dang.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Yeah.
No,
I
that's wrong.
panicked, but I did it. Yes. Break.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Mm-hmm. This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, it's not your everyday notebook, so it has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
that's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Look, man, we're giving you an out here.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
I'm gonna go over everything. The closing argument begins. Let's see. That's not involved. That's not involved. That's not involved. Why? Oh god, Fumi looks horrible. I don't know what to do with this one, so I'm gonna leave that alone for now. So they stuck him in the suit, then began to, what did they, so they took the camera out. I almost have beat the second game. It's weird, like real weird. Please, recommend do not give spoilers, please, because I'm nowhere near to beating the second game, so I don't want to know what happens. Just thought I'd ask. Okay, so they took the picture there, then went on to Act 3. Wait, no, Act 3, my bad. No, it's 1 a.m. Oh wait, hang on, what if 1 a.m. there, he comes in, they do that, they take the picture, then 6 a.m. they do that. Justice Hammer 4 does that. They kill Taka. And that's Justice Hammer 4. They show the picture and in the library. Wait, no. Wait, yeah, no, that's right, that's right. In the nurse's office, they do the blood. And... That's the same image there. I'll come back to that one. Wrap the body up. Take some... I'm having trouble here. Wait, this probably pushes the thing. Yeah. So now we just need to do this one and the first one. That? Probably. Okay, I don't know why they killed Taka. I had no reason. I couldn't tell you, honestly. So now it's just this one. This one's not involved. That's the same image as that one.
The killer is you! Before anything,
Maybe.
the killer
I
persuaded
think I
someone
got
to
it. I don't
carry
really
out
know.
the murder. And that
Oh crap, my bad. That person was.
Hifumi, with an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
Okay, got what?
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
God, I hate the way Hifumi is made in this. His design is just horrendous.
And
It
that's where
scares
Hifumi
me.
killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect.
Just this
based
Hammer
on that.
100s, it's
But
huge.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That
I'm doing
explains how
surprisingly
each of
well with the
bodies
guessing thing.
disappeared.
I was very worried I got some of these wrong.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository.
Fun.
That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
That's a dramatic way to...
Sorry, you lose.
He's a cat. That's a dramatic way to show the murderer.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Your accent is fake too. I did it! Hey, I'm just that good. And I got 108 medals out of it.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote.
Okay.
And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I like how he puts so much tension on who, if we made it wrong, got it wrong or right, even though we're pretty sure we know who it is. It's like, did you get it wrong? You're like, I did it. Did you get it wrong though? But I'm telling you, I did it. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Lunenburg. Or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone who else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to committing murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty, don't make me laugh. I don't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use, I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. That's life, man. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I avoid mentioning it by name, but the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What? What are you guys talking
just a
about?
second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one who stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, we had paid our meeting last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So
And I have
then-
proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I had found a use for the digital camera. I had taken it to you-know-what. I had taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Fumi, of course.
Damnation!
Grr. So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What?
As for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then, it's hard for me to even say, he abused me.
What?
What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I know he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say
I'd never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most
Wait, please, if you go now, you're going to play right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. He said, and he has made you his target. Escape? You don't mean Taka is going to try and kill you. Let's not talk about how he has a sack of Pudgy Princess stuff in his room. Oh my, alright.
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard.
Completely unforgivable!
Bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear!
I have to save her!
her!
You said it for me. I don't know how to say anything. Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a little plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what is stolen and escape with this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Fumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item has on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume of Fumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I had asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That is the most blunt and actually reasonable answer I've ever heard. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. So I'm glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
Yep. But you were explaining your plan to Fumi. How did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what Fumi is supposed to do after assuming that you would actually let him live.
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him he'd been seriously wounded and he was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And you really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to him, the plan was, while you were all questioning about what happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Fumiya would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. That's all. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Fumiya ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right until the moment of his death.
So in the
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How could a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far? Was it really just for the money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, that is true. But it's not all there is to it. From the moment our life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along, you've been the one saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Wow. Well, obviously that was a lie. Ah,
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. As every day was a fresh torture. You wanna know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever. There was no way that I could ever do that. And in the underground, the world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it
To
wonderful?
live in a European castle. A castle? To gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I could have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence? I don't know.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million, it would have made my dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing
unfortunately
to be
my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end. So why would I?
done. Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but were you really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me if I feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel
do
nothing.
you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how could you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled. I take pride in that. I take my pride in that. It's not just other people. I can fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconsciousness. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But if I could be reincarnated, if I had that choice,
Isn't it
then
wonderful?
I think I would love to come back as Marie and Antonia.
Hey.
You'll just get executed again. Oh, she's laughing for me. I don't have to do it. Fuss smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, and that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills,
You all done?
chills,
Okay, then let's get it
thrills.
rolling. The black and disturbed the peace and must pay the price. Now then, I
prepared a very special punishment.
for her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
He's very picky about what he says, and I'm just like, I just gotta fill in the gaps.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Execution time! Time to kill our classmate! Game over. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. The burning of the Versailles witch. Reverse card Celeste is now reverse card Celeste now you burn. Honestly, I feel bad for Celeste. Burning is like the worst way to go. It's long and painful and it hurts a lot. Other than like all the other ones, they're at least like somewhat quicker. Burning just is miserable. It hurts. I mean, I wouldn't know, but it hurts, I'm sure. What did that say in the background? What's with the fire truck? I can understand the burning, but why is there a fire truck involved? Honestly, I think out of all the executions so far, I'm pretty sure Celeste makes the least amount of sense. Like, all the others resulted in some sort of sense of their, ultimate talent, while Celeste wasn't about gambling at all. So, I don't know. I can understand some sense of it, seeing as she's dressed in, like, all Victorian and stuff, and they normally tend to burn witches and in, like, some sort of time, I don't remember what. But I don't really know. She wanted to die by burning. Oh, she did? Oh. Well, then I guess that makes sense. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but... and get hit by a car. I also can't deny that, at one point, I considered her a friend, too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free from their regrets and from the outside world, so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value in your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you were gonna pass the torch of hope on to the next generation. What do I care about hope? I'll throw it all in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but the reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
Strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Hiro just becomes Junko in 3 days. Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh man. Oh geez. Oh man. Oh geez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward, so I'm just gonna get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can enjoy your school life. If you're getting lonely, give a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya
Hmm.
later.
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what was that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Well, bye Monokuma. Celeste probably hid it there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes the easiest It's easiest to admit what's right in front beneath your nose. Well then, we better get back. Go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going in alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going in alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she quickly glanced at the surveillance
Come
camera.
on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo,
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto, you and Kyoko are going to go together? Does this mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key and Celeste had given her and unlocked the door. The locker swung open and we saw. Good morning! It's been a while, hasn't it? Safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh man, I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait a little while longer, so we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, I'm sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please, tell me. What are you trying to do on your own here at the school?
You...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that is not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation? You disappeared. We didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you do too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm it with my own confirm what she told me on my own. With my own two eyes. God, that was weird. So I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys back.
Close the upstairs windows, please.
I could do something real quick. Hang on. Give me a second.
Don't forget your sister's room. And our room. Oh, it's raining, that's why.
Ah, my chair got stuck. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go do something. Okay. The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or a monitor in it. The storage closet is, and in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Maybe. Kyoko has a dead stare and has a dead stare at me. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? I mean, I see a faint outline right here. It makes me kinda suspicious. She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I pressed my hand against the storage closet. I pressed my hand on the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked, good chunk. At the same time, I heard the sound. I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. You made a lot of ruckus. I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. The way back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? I can only look at two things. It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. It's a bunch of files and will look like volumes after volumes of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file on the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry. It's the only thing that's not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. But before I had the chance to even take a look, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and it turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I can understand it as like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. The words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I do? What don't I know? Or what do I know? What don't I know? One time my sister fell down the stairs and said, oof. Okay. Is she okay? Or was she okay? Oh, what the fuck? Murder! I've killed, dead, corpse. A strange sound rang through my head. Felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. With that, I opened my eyes. I don't know how long it had been. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. A dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Well, I noticed a significant difference. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty. Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen to the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. Well, damn. My body was heavy with pain. My mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself towards my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. I walked further down. The more I felt, things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, it's as if from the vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? As I desperately held my shaking frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. Bye-bye, I'm gonna have to go sleep. Have fun, dude. Thank you. Bye, sup guy. What time is it for where you are? What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Okay, here we go. Woo! I didn't make a sound as I opened the gym door. The sound coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. I can't say any of those noises, so I'm not gonna try. Oh? Before me raged the battle beyond anything humanly possible. Though, no, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move, or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm gonna sleep early today. Okay. Bye, sup guy.
I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is... Sakura, what you doing, girl? Chapter 3, Next Generation Legends, Stand Tall, Galactic Hero. The end. There's only 7 of us left. Surviving students. To be continued. And we're past the 2-hour mark, so I suggest I end it here. Save and we'll end it. Yeah. Save and then that's a corpse. Yeah, ignore that body. Sayaka can wait. She's dead, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, this was fun. I enjoyed this. I had fun. I hope you did too. I don't know. Honestly, I think this is the most active chat I've ever had. Oh, bye. 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 I'm just like, I don't know. Ranboo's still alive. I could raid Ranboo. I'll raid Ranboo. No, why not? Thanks for coming. I don't know. I passed the 2-hour mark. We got like 2 hours and 21. It's fine. Yeah. In fact, Celeste is dead now. Yeah. Just she's dead. Burned alive. Painful way to go, but apparently she wanted it. You know, whatever floats your boat, I guess. You want to die by burning? Go ahead. Whatever. I don't know. Oh, it's fun though. These bye-byes. Bye-byes. That's all I've got to say is bye-byes. Because, you know, I got no closing notes on this. So, you know, whatever. Bye.